Hi, I'm Mike Mormon, ERP Suites CEO and founder. Today I have a very special guest, Manuel Nera, our Vice President of Products and Advisories. Manuel, I would like to talk about our customers and the success that they're having of moving off their current barcode scanning product over to Scanability. I'd love to hear from you what we're hearing from our customers and why they're moving off of an investment they made already into it. The concept of total cost of ownership, TCO.
Yep, and I think you nailed it when you were talking about the support and some of the support components that maybe aren't part of other vendors' offerings when a customer needs some additional support, right? Some additional help with their scanning product. And certainly TCO within the GDR's ecosystem, right, is a common term that we've talked about when I was at Oracle, and they continue to talk about because the low total cost of ownership that JD Edwards has, right? And it's a natural expectation for a JD Edwards customer to have the same type of expectation for any additional solution that's bolted onto JD Edwards, including barcode scanning. So we embrace that. We embrace that in not only providing a holistic support, like I just mentioned a moment ago, so I won't reiterate that component, and that's certainly an important thing. There are no hidden costs with our solution. We are upfront in terms of what we provide support, that will be there, partner with them on an ongoing basis for a long period of time until perpetuity.
Right.
But the other component, I was like, we've architected the solution so it's simple. It's leveraging Orchestrator, like I talked about, and it is able to leverage the business processes that are configured in JD Edwards. So nothing needs to be replicated in terms of custom objects, custom business functions, custom validations. We harness what's there, right? And that's invaluable. As a customer, you're investing once in a business process in JD Edwards, and then we harvest it. That allows us to turn around projects very quickly, make it white glove fit for each customer, and keep costs down.
And I think the other key point too is you talk about the orchestrator, right? We're leveraging the investment people have made in the orchestrator as well. So most of our customers been beat over the head from Oracle at every conference that we have about the orchestrator. So they already kind of implemented the orchestrator in there and have the hardware that they needed for that. So we just go right on top of that hardware, where we see a significant cost savings for customers because a lot of the competitor solutions require a separate set of hardware and software. Mm-hmm. And we've seen those 6 to 8 servers per install, and that can be up to $75,000 in fees a year and just uptake for that hardware. So for us, we're able to leverage the investment they already made, and it's a key piece to that TCO as well that
Absolutely.
You see.
Absolutely, Mike.
I think the other one that we talked about, I'll let you get into on the TCO side, that is, I think, a game changer for us, is around our subscription model, and versus way traditionally used to be with the previous vendor. So I'll let you kind of deep dive a little bit into how we're doing that and how that really plays a part of that TCO story as well.
Absolutely. And I noticed, for the audience, Mike talked about subscription rather than traditional kind of license model, and that's a key point to understand, because when we look at how we price out Scanability and whatnot, it's what we would call a enterprise type of subscription, right? That is not predicated, not dependent on devices or users, right? We believe that it's a much simpler model, and it's more fair model for our customers to do it on an enterprise type of metric, so that as you as a customer want to grow your automation and want more users to be empowered with scanning guns to be able to do things more accurately, more quickly, and kind of give that additional control over inventory to the overall business, you shouldn't have to make a decision and say, hey, do I really want to pay one more user, right, license, one more device license, or one more other thing that is kind of in a complex pricing structure. We just don't believe in that. So we've gone with a very simple model so that it is on the enterprise metric. So if you have to add 5, 10, 15 users because you expanded your warehouse and your business has been has been successful in growing, then we're not going to charge you for those extra, X number of users or guns that you're using. And that's a huge differentiator based on, what else is being done in the marketplace.
Yeah, and the customers I've talked to who have that freedom now, right, really is big, because we've been in these customer sites and they're like, oh my God, now I can expand and get a lot more users and a lot more functionality of that. So I think that's a big part of that TCO story as well that we have. I know we talked about support a little bit, and maybe just wrap up your TCO a little bit around support. I'm thinking a little bit about how we kind of solely focus on JD Edwards, and how does that play into really the TCO picture?
That's a great point. When we look at having to support as a software vendor one software for a particular back-end ERP system versus X number of them, right? You're really looking at a significant skill set diversity between one ERP to the other, right? JD Edwards is very unique in terms of its architecture. It's enabled TCO. I don't know if there's another ERP that is even close to it in terms of kind of how it's architected, how it's built, how it's designed for configurability. So that inherently for a vendor that's supporting multiple ERPs for a barcode scanning solution, that represents overhead costs, right? And typically, because of those costs, they try not to have specialized silos and try to share that knowledge across multiple ERPs. So you may, as a support consultant, may be supporting multiple ERPs, right? Well, what does that do to your experience and your expertise? You start diluting it, right?
Right.
So you're able to be a jack of all trades, but a master of none, right? With ERP Suites, we are masters of JD Edwards. That's what we focus on. That's our dedication. So you're going to get, your maximum bang for the buck with support if you ever need to reach out to us, or we're working with you proactively. You know that we'll know our stuff in terms of JD Edwards and won't be distracted by other ERPs.
Yeah.